Sardines are one of the rare foods that truly give you more than you pay for. They're inexpensive, naturally low in mercury, and loaded with protein, omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D, all in a single tin. They can strengthen your heart, fuel your brain, and protect your bones. But here's the shocking truth. Most people eat sardines the wrong way. Small, everyday mistakes can drain away the very nutrients that make them so valuable, or even turn a healthy can into a disappointing meal. So let me ask you this. When you grab a tin of sardines, are you sure you're picking the right kind? Do you know how long you can really keep leftovers before they go bad? And are you unknowingly throwing away the part that holds the most nutrition? If you're not 100% sure, don't worry, you're not alone. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do so you never waste another can again. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the food secrets that can actually change the way you eat. And here's a challenge. Drop a yes in the comments if you're ready to discover the mistakes that almost everyone makes with sardines. Let's get started. Mistake 10. Tossing the bones. If you've ever pulled those tiny bones out because the idea of eating bones feels strange, you're not alone. But in the case of sardines, that habit quietly robs you of one of their biggest benefits. When sardines are canned, the bones are pressure cooked until they're soft, safe, and barely noticeable. Instead of being sharp and dangerous like those in bigger fish, they're completely edible. Here's the kicker. Those little bones are a powerhouse of nutrition. Just one serving of bone-in sardines can give you roughly a third of your daily calcium needs, plus vitamin D, which helps your body actually use that calcium to keep your bones and teeth strong. Together, calcium and vitamin D are the ultimate team for supporting bone health as you age. And here's the best part. You don't even taste them. The bones blend right into the meat, so most people who eat sardines regularly can't tell where the fish ends and the bones begin. Removing them just means extra work, less nutrition, and often paying more for deboned tins that look broken and costlier. The fix is simple. Keep the bones in. Mash sardines onto toast with a squeeze of lemon and some fresh herbs. Fold them into scrambled eggs or stir them into pasta. You'll get the flavor, the convenience, and a huge nutrient boost without even noticing the bones are there. Mistake 9. Choosing water packed by default. At first glance, sardines packed in water seem like the healthier option. Fewer calories, lighter taste, it looks like the smart choice. But here's the truth. By skipping oil-packed sardines, you're missing out on both flavor and nutrition. Sardines are naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the same healthy fats that lower inflammation, protect your heart, and keep your brain sharp. When packed in oil, those delicate fats are better preserved, and the fish stay moist and flavorful. Oil acts like a shield, protecting sardines from oxidation, which can make them taste metallic or bland over time. Water, on the other hand, doesn't offer that protection. Sardines packed in water often lose their richness, dry out faster, and simply don't taste as good. That's why food lovers often prefer high-quality olive oil-packed tins, especially those from Spain or Portugal, where the combination of good fish and good oil actually gets better with time. Yes, oil-packed sardines carry more calories, but they're the right kind of calories, healthy fats that your body thrives on. And here's the secret. You don't need to use all the oil in the tin. Drain off what you don't want, but save a tablespoon or two to drizzle over vegetables, pasta, or even bread. That way you get the best of both worlds, amazing taste and maximum nutrition. Bottom line, if you want sardines that taste fresh and deliver their full health benefits, skip the water-packed tins and reach for ones in quality oil. Mistake 8. Letting opened cans linger. Here's a mistake almost everyone makes at some point. Opening a can of sardines, eating half, and leaving the rest in the fridge for later. The problem? Once that lid is popped, the countdown begins. Unopened cans can last years, but as soon as air hits the fish, the healthy oils inside start to break down. That means flavor fades fast, and more importantly, those omega-3 fats, the main reason many people eat sardines, begin to deteriorate. Within just a few days, you're losing both taste and nutrition. How long do you really have? It depends on what they're packed in. Sardines in water go downhill the fastest, usually within 24 hours. In oil, you might stretch it to 2 or 3 days. Tomato-packed tins hold out a little longer, maybe up to 4, but after a week, they're spoiled and unsafe, no matter what. Another common slip-up is leaving the leftovers in the original can. Metal plus air speeds up spoilage and gives the fish a harsh metallic taste. The right move is simple. Transfer the sardines immediately into a clean, airtight glass or plastic container, then refrigerate. Label it if you're prone to forgetting, because after day 4, they should be tossed. Freezing is an option, but the texture changes and turns softer. The best practice is easy. Only open what you'll eat within a couple of days, and always repackage leftovers properly. This way, your sardines stay safe, fresh, and just as nutritious as when you first opened the tin. Mistake 7. Bad pantry storage and ignoring can condition. A lot of people assume canned sardines will last forever, no matter where you stash them, but that's not true. Storage conditions make a huge difference. Heat, light, and moisture are the enemies of both the can and the fish inside. Leave sardines on a sunny kitchen shelf or near the stove, and you're speeding up oxidation, breaking down flavor, and shortening their lifespan. Here's the reality. Sardines are a low-acid canned food, which means they can stay at top quality for about 2 to 5 years if stored properly. But properly means a cool, dark, dry place, like a pantry or cupboard away from heat sources. Cans packed in tomato sauce or mustard don't last as long because the acids in those liquids break down the fish faster. Oil-packed tins are your best bet for long-term storage, since the oil helps preserve both taste and nutrients. And don't forget to inspect the cans themselves. If you see bulges, deep dents along the seams, rust or leaks, don't even think about opening them. A damaged can isn't just a flavor issue. It can be a serious health risk. The fix is simple. Rotate your stock. Use up tomato or mustard-packed sardines first and save the oil-packed ones for longer keeping. Store all cans in a cool, dry, dark spot and check for damage before opening. Think of it this way. You wouldn't store fine wine on a windowsill, so don't do it with sardines. Mistake 6. Only eating them straight from the can. One of the best things about sardines is how easy they are. Pop the lid, grab a fork, and lunch is ready. But here's the downside. If that's the only way you eat them, boredom sets in fast. And when boredom hits, most people stop eating sardines altogether, missing out on one of the cheapest, healthiest proteins out there. The truth is, sardines are way more versatile than they get credit for. Treat them like an ingredient rather than just a snack, and suddenly you've got endless options. Mash them with avocado or yogurt for a creamy, protein-rich spread on crackers or toast. Stir them into pasta right before serving for an instant omega-3 boost. Fold them into scrambled eggs or an omelet for a breakfast that keeps you full until lunch. You can even make quick sardine patties by mixing them with mashed potatoes, herbs, and a touch of mustard before pan-searing them to crispy perfection. Here's another secret. Pairing sardines with fresh veggies and whole grains doesn't just make them taste better, it also helps your body absorb more nutrients. For example, eating sardines with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes, peppers, or lemon juice boosts your ability to take in iron. So you're not just spicing up your meals, you're actually making the nutrition work harder for you. The fix is easy. Get creative. Sardines don't have to be a one-note food. With just a little imagination, they can slip into breakfasts, lunches, and dinners in ways that feel exciting instead of repetitive. Mistake 5. Thinking all sardines taste the same? Many people try sardines once, decide they're too fishy, and never touch them again. But here's the surprising truth. Sardines are as diverse as wine, coffee, or cheese. Where they're caught, how they're packed, and even the season all change their flavor, texture, and richness. Take geography, for example. Sardines from colder northern waters, like Norway, often have a firmer bite and a cleaner taste. Mediterranean sardines, on the other hand, tend to be softer and more buttery. Even the time of year matters. Spring-caught fish are usually leaner and lighter in flavor, while later season fish are fattier, richer, and more indulgent. Then there's the packing liquid. A tin in extra virgin olive oil delivers a smooth, savory depth, while tomato sauce adds brightness and acidity. Mustard gives them a tangy punch, and smoked sardines bring a bold, meaty flavor that's completely different from a plain water-packed tin. Some brands even experiment with spiced oils or herbs for an extra kick. That means if your first can wasn't a hit, don't give up. You might just need a different origin or style. Exploring brands from Spain, Portugal, or Northern Europe can open up a whole new experience, with flavors ranging from clean and delicate to bold and hearty. The fix: experiment. Try different brands, pack styles, and regions until you find the tins that match your palate. Sardines aren't one size fits all, and once you find your match, they'll stop feeling like a health core and start feeling like a treat. Mistake 4. Clashing flavors. Sardines are bold little fish. Their rich oils and savory punch make them stand out on any plate, but that also means they need the right partners. One of the biggest mistakes people make is pairing sardines with flavors that fight instead of balance. Here's the key. Sardines shine when you pair them with contrast. Their natural richness is best balanced by bright, tangy, or fresh ingredients that cut through the oiliness. Think lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, pickled onions, or crisp cucumbers. A squeeze of citrus, or a sprinkle of fresh herbs like parsley, dill, or cilantro can instantly transform a heavy sardine dish into something refreshing and light. What you want to avoid are combinations that double down on heaviness. Creamy sauces, buttery dishes, or overly sweet glazes overwhelm the palate, making sardines feel greasy or cloying. For example, sardines on toast with lemon and herbs tastes vibrant and balanced. But sardines drowned in a thick cheese sauce? That's a flavor overload most people won't enjoy. The fix is simple. Keep it bright. Pair sardines with acidic, fresh, or crunchy sides that balance out their richness. When you do, these little fish go from tasting strong to tasting gourmet. Mistake 3. Rinsing away sauce and nutrition. This one catches a lot of people by surprise. Some folks actually rinse their sardines under water before eating them, thinking it cuts down on salt, fat, or that fishy taste. But in reality, rinsing does more harm than good. Here's why. The liquid your sardines are packed in, whether it's oil, tomato sauce, or even brine, isn't just filler. Over time, nutrients like omega-3s and fat-soluble vitamins seep into that liquid. When you rinse it off, you're literally washing away nutrition that took months to build. And flavor? That goes right down the drain with it. There's another problem too. If you rinse sardines packed in oil, the fish end up slippery, broken apart, and far less appetizing. Tomato or mustard-packed sardines lose the richness and tang that balance their natural flavor. And as for the salt, rinsing won't fix it. Most of the sodium is already absorbed into the fish itself during the canning process. The smarter move is to choose better tins from the start. If sodium's a concern, look for low-salt varieties. If oil feels heavy, blot the fish gently with a paper towel instead of rinsing them under the tap. That way you keep the taste, the texture, and the nutrition intact. The fix: stop rinsing. Embrace the oil, brine, or sauce as part of the food. It's where the flavor lives, and it's one of the reasons sardines are so nutritious. Mistake 2. Writing them off as too fishy. One of the most common reasons people avoid sardines is that they think the flavor is too strong. But here's the truth. Good sardines aren't supposed to taste harsh. Done right, they're clean, savory, and a little briny, like a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste overpowering or unpleasant, the problem usually isn't the fish itself, it's how they were stored, prepared, or paired. Start with quality. Sardines packed in extra virgin olive oil or tomato sauce usually taste smoother and fresher than cheaper, water-packed versions. Storage matters too. Cans that are old, dented, or poorly kept can develop off flavors that people mistake for fishiness. Pairing is the next secret. A squeeze of lemon, a splash of vinegar, or a handful of fresh parsley can brighten the flavor instantly. Add crisp vegetables, tangy pickles, or fresh herbs, and that fishy edge turns into a balanced, lively taste. Even your taste buds can adapt. If you don't eat much seafood, sardines may feel intense at first, but the more often you eat them, the more you start to notice their subtle sweetness and depth. The fix: don't write sardines off after one bad experience. Experiment with different brands, pack styles, and pairings. Chances are you'll discover a version that feels less fishy and more like the versatile, flavorful food it's meant to be. Mistake 1. Pouring out the oil. This might be the biggest mistake of all. Draining the oil and sending it straight down the sink. That golden liquid isn't waste. It's where some of the best nutrition and flavor are hiding. Here's what happens inside the tin. Over months of storage, the sardines and the oil swap goodness. The fish release some of their natural juices, and the oil soaks up omega-3 fats, fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, and deep savory flavor. By the time you open the can, that oil has turned into liquid nutrition. Throwing it away means tossing out exactly what makes sardines such a superfood in the first place. From a cooking standpoint, it's also a missed opportunity. Sardine oil is a free flavor booster you can use in countless ways. Drizzle it over a salad instead of bottled dressing. Sauté onions or garlic in it before making pasta or rice. Stir a spoonful into soups or stews for richness, or just dip fresh bread into it with a squeeze of lemon and some herbs. It's an instant snack. The fix is simple. Treat the oil like an ingredient, not trash. Even if you don't use all of it, keep at least a spoonful to add depth and nutrition to your next meal. It's one of the easiest ways to unlock the full value of every can. Sardines are one of the healthiest foods you can buy, but like any powerful food, they're not perfect for everyone. Certain groups of people need to be a little more cautious about how often they eat them. People with high blood pressure or salt sensitivity. Most sardines are canned in brine, oil, or sauce that contains a good amount of sodium. Too much salt can raise blood pressure and increase health risks. If that's you, look for low-sodium options or balance the rest of your meal with fresh, unsalted foods. Those with gout or high uric acid. Sardines are high in purines, natural compounds that the body breaks down into uric acid. If levels climb too high, they can trigger painful gout flare-ups. That doesn't mean sardines are off-limits, but moderation is key, and it's worth checking with your doctor about what's safe for you. People prone to kidney stones. Because of those same purines, sardines may raise the risk of uric acid stones in sensitive individuals. If you've had stones before, it's best to be careful. Pregnant women. Here's the good news. Sardines are among the lowest in mercury, which makes them one of the safest seafood choices during pregnancy. But since they're often packed in salty brine or calorie-rich oil, it's wise to keep an eye on portions and balance them with fresh foods. For most healthy people, sardines are a fantastic choice that can be eaten regularly. But if you fall into one of these groups, it's smart to enjoy them in moderation, rather than every day. Sardines might be tiny, but the impact they can have on your health is huge if you treat them right. Skip the bones, and you lose calcium. Drain the oil, and you throw away omega-3s. Store them badly, and you cut their shelf life in half. Even something as small as pairing them with the wrong flavors can turn a nutrient-packed food into a bland, wasted bite. The good news? Every mistake on this list is easy to fix. Keep the bones, choose oil-packed tins, store them smartly, and get creative with how you eat them. Instead of rinsing away nutrients, balance them with fresh citrus and herbs. Explore different brands and flavors until you find the ones you love, and whatever you do, save that oil. It's liquid nutrition. You can use in everything from salads to pasta to a simple slice of bread. Handled the right way, sardines go from being just canned fish to one of the most powerful, affordable superfoods you can buy. They fuel your heart, brain, bones, and muscles while fitting into meals that take minutes to make. If this breakdown helped you, tap that like button and subscribe. It really supports the channel and lets me know you want more deep dives into foods that actually make a difference. And tell me in the comments, do you eat sardines now, or are you going to give them another shot after this video? I'd love to hear your take. Thanks so much for watching, and don't stop here. Check out one of the next videos on screen to keep building your healthy eating toolbox.